Hi, Miss Hutchins. Okay, I will start now. I'm. I already saw Samantha's video, but I'm not really sure. This is my first time doing a screencast, so I'll just start. In this tab, I show here my initial rough draft, which, as you can see, only Daniela left comments, which I'm gonna be honest, it kind of bothers me because I left comments for both Carmen and Daniela, and I left very good comments in my opinion. And even though Daniela, she did leave a lot of comments, they're more like focusing on grammatical mistakes, which I would have been able to fix myself, I think. So I don't have really like solid feedback from my peers to improve my draft, but I did it anyways. I reviewed the feedback that Daniela gave me, and this is basically the my rewriting of the poem I did, which focuses a lot on like the grammatical mistakes. I'm talking about the edit, with the peer feedback that Daniela gave me. I also changed some things that, with a lot of readings, I realized that I should have changed from the beginning, but okay, that's what I already did. So now I'm gonna jump into the rationale, which I'm gonna read out loud. For this task, I wrote a poem inspired primarily on the themes of woman empowerment and independence as portrayed in many of Carol Ann Duffy's poems in her collection titled The World's Wife. This poem is a dramatic monologue that alludes to the movie Southpaw, where Maureen Hope, the wife of the famous boxer Billy Hope, leaves him suffering alone miserably. The poem is written from a first-person point of view, where Maureen Hope is expressing her lack of empowerment while with Billy. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened there. The goal of this poem is to be consistent with Duffy's thematic by expressing the common themes of love and woman independence. This is best demonstrated towards the end of the poem, when Maureen claims to leave Billy after she felt used and in pain due to Billy's dangerous boxing vocation. I chose to write in first person present tense because I believe this way the character of Maureen has a stronger voice, causing a greater impact on the audience. Furthermore, I have incorporated other stylistic features such as a rhyme scheme to give the poem a more lyrical, fluid feel. The rhyme scheme is varied throughout the 7 stanzas, including rhyming words at the end of lines. Moreover, many metaphors and similes were incorporated with the intention of maintaining Duffy's style whilst giving the poem a higher figurative value. The sudden shift of content towards the end of the poem is meant to demonstrate the theme of woman independence whilst emphasizing the change of mood from submissive and hopeless to empowered and independent. Okay, so the comments that I wrote in this document are what, after everything I've revised with Daniela's comments, I'm unsure. So I'm just gonna read all of the questions out loud. I know that in your list of the screencast document you said to only ask one question, so at the end I have a lot of questions because I'm not like feeling really solid with this written task, but I'm gonna ask one of my biggest question at the end. So for my rationale, I'm not really sure if I'm being precise enough. I'm not sure if I'm addressing everything that I should address or my intentions, but since the word count is so limited, I feel that I still need to work on this. I don't know how I can make my audience understand my true intentions of the poem, if probably, and they haven't, because most people don't know the movie Southpaw. It's my favorite. Personally, it's my favorite movie. My poem, I can tell you, it's inspired in this movie, on the characters. It alludes to the movie, as I mentioned, to the character of Maureen Hope. But still, I feel that most people haven't seen that movie, and I don't know how I can get people to understand my truest intentions if they haven't seen the movie. So that's one of my biggest doubts. Then I'm not sure how do I structure out my rationale, because I feel that at times it's kind of disorganized, and I think I checked the stream, sorry, in your website, and I didn't find any template. But should we use other templates for other written task ones? And so that's another question. Then can the conclusion or last paragraph end just like that, or does it have to say in conclusion or something like that? That's another question. Okay, so I already spoke about this. Then I know that although Caroline Duffy doesn't incorporate rhyme schemes in most of her poems, I really wanted to do one. I don't want it to sound too forced though, but is it fine if I include one, if I justify it in my rationale? Um, then I also make a very, very dramatic and sudden shift here in tone and in content. I don't know if that's fine. I like that from my poem, but I don't know if that's fine. Then another doubt that I have 233 words right now, which I know that you said for it to be around 300 if it's one single poem, but I feel that 300 is a lot. I don't know. Is it fine if it's too little? And my very last question, the most important one. I don't feel that I follow Duffy's stylistic choices as much because I wanted to focus more on the theme of woman independence. Is this possible and correct for this task? Thank you, Miss Legends. I hope I did okay.